dumb thing. Oh, I don't know if it's dumb. I guess you could say the dumb thing was. Have I ever told you about the story where when I had the work breakup day?
Oh yeah.
You know about the drinking that went on there. Like
Yeah.
it was more than my 18th. That's how
Yeah,
much
okay.
I drank,
This
and
was in December, yeah?
yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember some bits. Like it's been coming back to me over the few months, but like, and plus people have been like my old boss has been like letting me know about all the stuff that happened. So I've been like kind of remembering, but I think the stupid thing I did was drinking too much because I knew my limit and I kept drinking. But I guess it
Yep.
was because I was getting free drinks, I wasn't paying for it, so
Okay, yeah, and they
that's
keep
why I
handing
kept
you them, and you kind of, yeah. You
yeah
don't turn
exactly.
down a beer if a beer is on offer. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, which of course you are because we've been waffling on for the last 20 minutes sharing stories, this is episode 15 of The Skeptic and the Dude. We've got a
Hell
great one
yeah.
for you today. It is May the 4th.
May the
Joel, May the
4th.
4th be
May the
with
4th.
you.
Yeah.
Good old fucking Star Wars Day.
Mate, yeah. Star Wars.
Bit of
Yeah.
fucking,
Star
yeah,
Wars.
nah.
Yeah,
Bloody
nah.
oath,
Yeah,
man.
nah. Yeah, 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 nah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah. Yeah,
Yeah, nah.
yeah,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah,
Well,
nah. Yeah.
my sea monkeys are dead. I had to start those again. Very sad. I fed them too early. That was a problem. It says on the thing it's very poorly written on this other because I bought another packet of sea
Yep.
monkeys earlier, and they arrived a few days ago. So I was looking at when I was making the first batch of sea monkeys, the first empire, and put them together,
First Empire.
and that's it. that yeah, so only survived a few days. I the instructions said to feed them after 5 days. So 5 days after putting the crystals in, but turns out it's actually 5 days, 5 to 7
After they
days
hatched.
after hatching. Yeah, which I fed them
Yeah.
like 3 days after hatching. So that wasn't a good idea. And they were still tiny, so I must have suffocated them. So send me to jail. I killed some sea monkeys, but it's okay. I've created a new batch. I've purified the water, and then I can put the crystals in another few hours. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully these ones will survive. And I'll make sure I feed them at the appropriate times. Once a week, 7 days after hatching. Anyway, Joel, back to your story.
All right. Well, I'll set the scene. From this is what I remember. So it might be a bit patchy because I still don't remember the full-on story. But anyway, all year I've been hearing about this breakup day. I've been hearing it's the best day of the year, from the people at the steel fabrication place. Like, all right, so we finally get to this day, right?
So hang on. So this is something that like in
hyped
your
up.
Yeah, okay. Just
they've told me nothing but endless stories of like everything that's been going on, like crazy shit.
You're really fucked up at the Christmas party.
It's like this is hype kind of stuff. It's break up for Christmas holidays and stuff. So anyway, the day starts off pretty normal. Like I get there early. I think it was like 7. Oh, normal time. Normal time I usually get there. We're just cleaning up, just doing some cleaning and stuff. And then he's like, "All right, Joel, go wash the car." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Go wash the car." And I was like, "All right." So I went and washed.
That started my job description.
Yeah. So I went and washed his car, and this is not very relevant, but I had a whole hose incident where they gave me shitty equipment because they thought it was funny. Well, I don't know if they thought it was funny, but they thought it was funny what happened to me because the hose exploded on me and it saturated me completely. Because I was using it and I was like, all right, and it just went bang and it just went and it completely covered me and everyone's like, oh, hilarious. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, you fucking piece of shit. But anyway, they gave me some beers, assholes. So I was okay with that. They had like this Carlton draft and they gave me a beer. They're like, Joe, go get a beer. I'm like, all right. Because it's breakup day. We're not working anymore. We're off the clock.
Yeah.
I've finished washing the car. It was a hot day anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. But I got a beer. I had a drink with them. Got another beer because they said for me to get another one. And then it was about time for us to go off and head up the mountain, which is where they live around there. And that's where the party's going to be happening. So we get into the car, right? And then I can't remember who was driving. Maybe my manager was driving us all. I'm still wet, by the way, and I felt bad for getting in the car, but at the same time,
it's like, it's your fucking fault for making me wet in the first place. Yeah,
exactly. But anyway, they gave me another beer in the car, and it was kind of difficult because I was trying to like drink, but then we're going around these. You know how the mountain is when you're going around it? It's kind of like got the curves and shit.
I get bends. Yeah.
Yeah, I get really motion sick pretty easily. But anyway, they gave me another beer, drank it down, and then so that's what 3 or 4 beers
Yeah,
already,
yeah.
and that's like 9 in the morning. That's 9 in the
Fuck.
morning.
Over what window? Like, how long is this? Like, over 45
This,
minutes?
oh well, no, they started. I think I started drinking at about 8.
Okay, yeah.
I think I got there at about maybe 7, but we
Okay.
started drinking at
So
about
3
8.
beers were an hour in. Everyone's only really, like, in the rest of the world, everyone's just started work.
Starting to
So
wake
9
up,
a.m.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's just
Work's
starting,
just
yeah.
started.
And
Yeah.
we're going up the mountain on this crazy adventure. So we get to his house, and I have a shower, and I put on my other set of clothes or whatever,
Okay.
and I'm
yeah.
nice and dry. And then give me another beer. I'm like, all right. And they showed me this bottle of Kraken that they bought just for me and my manager to share.
No,
I
okay.
was like, oh yeah, nice. So we had a couple of drinks of that, and then they're like, the bus is here. Not a party bus. That would have been pretty epic, but just like a taxi kind of bus thing. And we all get onto that. I made the wrong choice of sitting backwards, so I was facing opposite to everyone else, and I was going backwards when the car was driving forward, if that makes sense, because they got the seats that face like that. So I made that mistake, and I felt sick from that. But anyway, we got to like a bar, and the first thing the boss said was, he said, everything's on me. So everything you get here is going to be on me. And I was like, ooh, okay. So
Don't mind if I do.
Gave me a couple of big Krakens, and I was like, oh yeah, drink that down. Gave me another one. He said, Joe, come on, you got to have another one. You got to drink some more. And I'm like, fuck, haven't I drank like lots already? I'm like, all right. So I had another one, and then he's like, all right, time to get some lunch. And I'm already like starting to feel it. It's about maybe 11, I'll say, and about lunchtime.
Yep.
And I'm like starting to feel it. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, it's like, you got to pick a steak or whatever you want. Just pick something. So I bought some like popcorn chicken from this bar, and a steak with like some sauce on it. I can't remember what it was, but
fuck yeah,
I couldn't taste it. I pretty much couldn't taste it.
Good shit. Okay, yep, the taste buds were fucked.
I think it was. Yeah, I pretty much couldn't taste it anyway, but I could taste a little bit of the spice, which was nice. And then he gave me another maybe drink there. I was like, all right, cool. And then we got back into the little taxi bus and got back to his place. And I think it's about maybe 12 now. And I've already lost count of how much I've had to drink. And I'm already starting to feel like, ooh. So we get to his house, and then he's like, all right, time to start getting into this bottle that we bought you.
Oh, the Kraken.
And the manager. Yeah. So we start pouring glasses. We're like, all right, this is going good. And we're just talking. And then this is where it starts getting patchy, where I start not remembering the events of what happened. So the next thing I remember, we were on the porch or whatever, just drinking, looking at, just listening to nature, because we're up in the mountains and stuff. I'm going, oh yeah. And then the next thing I remember was I was talking to his son about university in their studio. Like I was in that little studio where he does uni work and stuff. And I picked up I was tuning a guitar. So my mind just jumps from porch to tuning a guitar. And then it jumps to me on the porch again with the guitar, trying to play something. And everyone's like, yeah, come on, Joel, trying to play something. And then I remember getting another drink, and then another drink, like while I was trying to play. And then I remember putting the guitar down. Hopefully I didn't break it. And then I remember being in his pool house. So which is like it's a little shed they've made with a pool table. And they're all playing pool, and I've got another Kraken in my hand, just talking away. And then they got me to play pool with them.
Okay.
And I already said to them, I was like, guys, I'm bad at this, like, sober. Like, this is really blind drunk me already saying this. I was like, I'm bad at this sober. This is not a good idea for me to do it drunk. And they're like, come on, Joel. And I was like, all right. So when I was doing it, everyone was like, ducking and dodging, because when I was whacking the ball, it would shoot off like a bullet and it'd fly off and hit the walls and shit. I'd whack them off the table when I was doing the pool. And I'd be like doing the splits and stuff, and I was doing all these different like positions and stuff. And then I remember I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna play this anymore. And then I sat down, and I think I accidentally broke a glass. And they're like, don't worry about it. We'll get you another drink. And I'm like, should I? I was like,
is that a good idea? What is broken?
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. I was like, should I? And they gave me a plastic cup instead. I was like, oh, that's kind of smart, but not
Okay.
smart to give me more
That's a good
drinks.
idea. Yeah, that's it. Give me some
And
fucking
then,
water, dude.
yeah, exactly. And then I don't remember what happened. Then they told me, they filled me in with some information. I don't remember this too well, but they said apparently I tried walking up the stairs and I fell down the stairs and I rolled down their backyard or something.
Okay.
Or something like that.
It
And
wasn't
then,
that ghost pulling your leg again, like that time
no,
you were at
no,
my place and someone pulled your leg and you fell down the stairs. You're like
someone.
out of all of us, all of our drunkenness, you were the
Yeah.
only one to get to the top, and you fell right back down. And you said that someone grabbed your
I
leg, but
swear, no, I swear to God,
we were
I
all at the
swear to
bottom.
God, I swear someone pulled it. It might have been maybe Casey or something. I don't know.
No,
Someone pulled. I remember that for sure. I know that for sure because there's no reason for me to go down like that. You know what I mean? After I've just gone up the stairs.
so
To
how'd you fall down the
slide.
hill?
Oh
Who else
well.
who pulled your leg
Oh,
that time?
no, no. I actually
The
fell that
drunken
time.
demon.
I
Yeah,
actually
okay.
I actually fell that time. Like I didn't. My leg wasn't pulled. I went backwards like that and
Yeah.
then rolled down the hill in that backyard. And then it gets black again. And then I remember the Kraken bottle being empty. Like
Yeah.
we finished the Kraken bottle, like me and the manager. And then I remember talking about Star Wars and the Mandalorian or something with the manager. And then it's black again. Don't remember. And then I remember meeting the manager's wife.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not a good state for you to be meeting me in. Because I already feel embarrassed. And then it was about time to go home. I don't remember the time period this was, but it was like starting to like get dark-ish.
Mm.
And I was like, all right, I need to get home. So I was like, I'll call an Uber. And they're like, Ubers don't come up here. And I was like, I'm like, you should have told me that before I had this whole plan. So I was like,
you
oh,
fucking
shit.
idiots.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, one of their friends from work came. He hadn't had any drinks or anything. And he's like, oh, I'll give you a
Okay.
lift
That's
home.
good. Yeah.
I was like, all right. And then I told him the address, and he goes, "Look, I don't have a GPS, so you're gonna have to direct me." And I was like, "That's not a good idea."
That's so helpful. Yeah, I'll take you to the fucking city, man.
And I'm like, "Okay, do you know?" I just remember trying to talk to him, in the car, but I just remember all my words were like,
like when Duncan Trussell was calling for
on
help.
ketamine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I remember like doing that, and he was asking me all these questions. I just remember he was asking me about family and family tree and who's related to who, and that's really, really like complex questions, even for me, like sober, because you know how complex my family tree is, like with step sisters and and half brothers and all that stuff. And then I'm trying to explain it drunk, and he's like, "So this is this," and I'm like, "No, this is this," and then he's like, "That's what I said." And I was like, no, and it'd be like that all the way down. And then somehow we managed to get to the area where I'm at. And I'm like, oh, I can actually maybe direct him. And I was like, all right, so we're gonna have to take a left soon. And he goes, when? And I'm like, do you know where Macca's is? It's kind of like near there. The street I'm talking about is near there. So he drives to Macca's, and I didn't realize. Then I'm like, oh shit, we passed it. And he goes, what? I'm like, we passed it. Got to go all the way back. And he goes, he like looks at me like he's kind of mad, and I was like, "Oh shit," because I feel like I was annoying him because I was trying to like explain what was going on, and then I don't remember what happened, and then I remember I got home and I was like offering to pay him money or something. I was like, "Listen, I'm so sorry. I'm not usually like this. I can pay for the ride or whatever or something like that." And he goes, "No, don't worry about it. It's all fine." I'm like, "You sure?" Because I was going to pay $20 to an Uber. For an Uber driver to put up with this kind of shit. So, I can give you $20. And he goes, no, it's fine. I'm like, all right. And never heard from him since.
Okay.
But I remember getting home and then seeing my nan, and my nan's like, oh, hey, Joel, how's it going? And I'm just like, listen, I'm not ready for it. Pretty much. That would have
been great.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I was like, listen, I'm not ready for a conversation. I'm going to go to bed. And she goes, oh, you're a little bit pissed. I'm like, just a little bit.
Just a bit fucked.
And then I got to my room. Then I just there was no tomorrow. Like there was no. And the problem was,
the next
day was our family Christmas party.
Oh, okay. Another day in the
and I was so
and yeah,
hungover. It was the worst I've ever felt in my life. And everyone's
and
like
all and all,
talking to me,
and all
how's it
you
going, Joel?
yeah, and your family members are probably trying to get pissed as well again. Come on, Joel, fucking have a few
Yeah,
beers with
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
uncles. Come on, you
Yeah,
dog.
that was it. That was pretty much it.
Come
They were all
on.
like, come on. They're like, come on, this is tasty. I'm like,
Come on, mate. You're a young fella. You're supposed to have a good tolerance for this kind of shit. Come on, mate.
yeah.
Come on. What, you wearing
Yeah.
your knickers on the outside today, are you? Come on.
Yeah, pretty much. And everyone's like, come on,
Mm,
have a couple of drinks, have something. I'm like, listen, no. I'm
no.
pretty sure I didn't drink for a solid couple of weeks after that.
No, okay.
But
Fuck.
it was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. But yeah, that was my magical story of
Drunkenness.
going beyond the limit of drinks.
Damn, bro.
But yeah, I don't know if
Yes.
you've ever been in that situation of where it starts blacking out, but that's not fun at all.
I've only had that a couple times. It
Yeah.
was my 18th, and then another time was that the only time I've ever passed out where I've just blacked out drunk. That time you're at mine. Do you remember that? And you were watching we watched a movie, and I fell asleep like right away. And then the next morning, Joel, you were telling us about the movie we watched the other night, but it wasn't From Dusk Till Dawn. You managed to get through 3 movies or whatever, but I like passed out before From Dusk Till Dawn even started. You're like, oh, how good was Spider-Man or whatever? And I was like, hang on, weren't we watching From Dusk Till Dawn? He goes, yeah, like, that was the first thing. Like, oh, that's right, you passed out. I'm like, yeah, man.
Yeah,
And my face was just on fire. I was like, oh, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, that was
Because
I was funny because you just
I
laid
was
down.
yeah, I just laid down and just fell asleep. Like I've never had. That was the only night where I was just having scotch straight. I was just having scotch, and yeah, and then woke up the next morning, and that was that night that you were cold, I think.
Yeah. And I had no blankets or anything, so I took the couch thing and I wrapped myself up with the couch cover. yeah. It was kind of like, when you drink so much and in GTA and your character just goes and he just collapses on the ground.
Yeah, that was
that's pretty much what happened to you. So I remember you just laid down and you were just out. And I was like, Brandon?
Straight away. That's like the first time that's ever happened. I very rarely will just lie down and can just snap in. I take forever to fall asleep, man. Like, that's why it's great. That was like the one time where I was like, okay, it's good that I was able to fall asleep so quickly, but I passed out. That wasn't, that wasn't good. So then, I woke up feeling like shit the next morning.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I can really top that level of drunkenness, like that story that you just shared, Joel. That's like a whole new level.
There's obviously parts that I don't remember, but the thing is, what I've gathered from it, like I kept asking them if I did something really dumb, and they said, no, you're pretty like smart about it and everything.
Yeah.
Like you're pretty like stable, like you didn't do anything too dumb, like rip your shirt off or swing from the balcony and stuff like that. I was very like chill.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I was pretty,
that's good.
It's weird because like we've been like that multiple times where, we've left the Rish. I think I said this before, but like we left the Rish and we're both kind of like still like I wouldn't say we're smart, but we're still like
but we're half able to function like as if we were.
Yeah, we can still function. We can still think about things properly, and we don't do dumb shit. You know what I mean? That's it.
So I guess like you and me, we're the perfect kind of drunks. This isn't big noting ourselves, but we are. We just because we are, even if we are so fucked up, we still have that little bit of sense. In the back of our head,
and we can still get home somehow.
That's it. We're not that kind of drunk where it's like, oh, just drunk and me took control and I got behind the wheel of that car and killed 20 people. It's like it's
we still have control. We're just
around on the balcony.
Yeah. Well, I think we still function pretty well. It's just everything else doesn't want to work with you.
Yeah, well, that's it. But at least that way we know our limits. We don't try and push it. We don't try and go, okay, yeah, cool. I guess, the thing you do get a bit more confident when you're drunk, which, that's true, but
that is
not
true,
like to the point where we're going to do something
we'll just
fucking ridiculous.
rip our clothes off and scream and beat shit out of people. I don't understand people get so mad when they're drunk as well, because I've never felt angry.
Yeah.
I've always just been
really
like
aggressive. Yeah.
Especially someone like bumps me or knocked my drink over or something, I'll just be like, that's okay, man.
Yeah. But you're worried about them because you're thinking, oh, they're probably going to be fucking angry at me just because they,
because they bumped into me
weird.
and they spilt my drink and my drink went on them, kind of thing, But I've never been violent at all, you know what I mean? Like drunk or anything like that. I've just always been kind of like laid back, very happy, giggly kind of. Same with you.
Yeah, the happy.
We're all just kind of like,
that's right. Yeah,
and we just make dumb jokes a lot of the time.
That's it. We fuck around. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Then there was that one time where I said the wrong thing, but it was still kind of funny, but no one else could laugh. I don't want to get into it too much. I don't know if we should share the story.
Bring it up here? Okay.
I don't know if we should, just because people are listening to this podcast, and they're
Okay, no worries. Actually, I've got something.
Someone's friend, and I think you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Something to do with drinking. Something I said about drinking.
No, I don't remember.
All right.
That's okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Note to self, I'll just tell you right now, but just cut this right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, we're back. We spoke about it, and it's actually not too bad. I was probably just overthinking it, to be honest. It's not too bad. There was this girl, I think it was against her religion or something, with drinking alcohol, and I was being debriefed by nearly everyone, telling me don't talk about alcohol
on the booth. Saying whenever she comes, don't talk about it.
Don't mention alcohol. Don't ask her anything.
Yeah.
I was getting that all the way to the bar, and the first thing I say when she sits down, I'm a comedic genius. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But the first thing my mind goes to when she sits down, she's like, hey, everyone's like, hi. And I'm like, so bang on the table. What are you drinking? And the whole table went silent. It was almost like I could hear the disappointment in everyone's mind, but it was so funny. It was the funniest thing I've ever done, to be honest. And everyone was laughing, but on the inside, because I remember Jared came up to me later and was like, that was pretty good. But like, it was so awkward that no one laughed. That's what it was. It was because it wasn't, it was so taboo that you're not meant to start laughing about it.
But I mean, hey, man, what
so
does she
funny.
expect? She's. I mean, it's not like. I mean, yeah, it's different the fact that everyone told you not to say anything, but still, I mean, it's not like she had a problem with it. It was like, oh, I don't drink.
But her face though, when I said it, was just.
Yeah. Okay.
Like she had this awkward like stare at me. I'm like, I was kind of like look away, and I was laughing, but I was just kind of like sat back in my chair, and I was like. Laughing. Like I was like, why did I say that? But I was like, I'd also. But I think what added to it was the fact that since so many people told me not to say it, it got to the point where I was just so sick of people telling me not to say it that I just said
fuck it. I'm gonna say
immediately.
It. Yeah. What's the big deal?
Because I was saying it's so taboo. Because usually when people start saying stuff is taboo, that's when comedic. I
gotta shoot my shot. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm gonna say something. Yeah.
That's when you start like. Saying something that's obviously not meant to be said, but I felt bad, but I also didn't feel bad at the same time because it was a joke.
Oh, you shouldn't, man.
I don't feel bad for saying a joke. And even though everyone didn't laugh, I know they found it funny because they told me later it was really funny. But it was just, the situation. I thought it was even better, actually. It made it funnier for me when people didn't laugh.
Yeah.
Because the awkward silence just made me like almost have a giggle, fit.
See, here's the thing though. Thinking back to that, I don't totally remember like that moment because it just didn't. Okay. I think I remember saying, "Oh, don't mention anything." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I heard that shit last week." Yeah, no shit. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Because I've been told every single time.
So yeah, but then when you brought it up, I just didn't really react because I was like, "Yeah, what are you drinking?" I was like, "You're not going to drink alcohol. What are you going to drink?" Yeah, not like a complete asshole, but yeah, that's right.
It could have meant anything, but everyone took it. But I did mean it in the alcohol way. But
But I mean,
I didn't say what alcoholic beverage are you drinking. I didn't say anything. Oh, are you getting on the piss tonight? I didn't say anything like that. But I just said so. Bang. What are you drinking?
What are you drinking? Yeah. Fucking hell, man.
It was so
You know
good.
what I found out earlier in the week.
What'd you find out?
I was so we just had a few weeks ago. We had a tree cut down in the backyard, and it was kind of like it was kind of leaning down over where the trampoline used to be. And this is like we had this trampoline for like 10 years, and I was always saying, "Hey, Dad, when's that tree gonna fall?" You know, like it's not like it's it's just stretching out like this, and if that falls, it's gonna go on the trampoline and over the neighbor's fence. So we had the tree cut down, whatever, a few weeks ago, and now that we just have all this wood in the backyard, and then I just was saying to my dad, I was like, "Hey, Dad, our house is like, I'm just thinking, now that that's all cleared and everything, you think our backyard is like perfect. I mean, I'm not saying that we're dope smokers, but like our backyard would be perfect for people who smoke weed. Like, it's just such a chill environment. You just got this great
It's
big
true.
backyard up the
It's
top.
true, and
You got this little pond
little
around.
view.
Yeah, that's right.
They got nice
And
trees and flowers and everything
yeah,
around there. Not saying that
yeah.
we're smoking dope, but
No,
if we did,
but if we did,
that panther would
that's
scare the
a
shit out of
haven.
us. That panther you've got in your backyard, your pet panther, that would scare the shit out of all of us.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mum got from Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary looking at night. Yeah.
Everyone who saw the highlight video will know what we're talking about, because it was a little sneaky Easter egg, a little TikTok Easter egg that I put in the highlight reel of Brandon hitting a pole next to a panther with a rake. It's a funny video. We're geniuses, man.
Comedic geniuses. In fact, I didn't even realize that now. You're the genius, man. You're the real mastermind. But yeah, so I was saying that to my dad, and he goes, "Oh, well, funny you say that, Brandon, because he had a mate who so there used to be a school right across Burwood Highway from where I live, and that shut down like I think maybe 20 odd years ago, about the time my dad moved in here in the 90s. And he had a mate who went there back in the 70s, right? And this was known as the Stoner House. Like there were hippies living here, these
really
dope smokers, yeah. So him and his mates would during their lunch break during year 11 and 12, whatever, they'd just come over here and smoke dope with the guys on the balcony. And then head back to school, and then this was known as like the pot house, this is where, they'd hang out and smoke weed with the teenagers and that, I was like, fuck, that's hilarious, man.
That is pretty funny.
It's almost like a sense of pride knowing that, that's amazing, man. Our house has got some cool history.
We used to do crack.
That's right. It's not like it's a haunted house with some horrible macabre history of violence.
Yeah, it's got a nice, yeah.
Like not like some witch who
not
owned
the Conjuring
the land
or some
and
shit.
She kills people. Exactly. No, fucking hippies lived here, man. They were fucking smoking dope. As long as it wasn't the Manson family, and that's all that matters. But but yeah.
No, we already had our run-in with him.
It's cool to think about. Yeah, that's right. We did, didn't we? But yeah, so that was something cool that I learned. So yeah, it was a stoner hangout zone.
The Good Times house.
That's it, man. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. But anyway, May the 4th, man.
May the 4th.
Got much to talk about May the 4th?
I don't know. I think we gave our 2 cents on Star Wars in the very first episode, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. we should have kind of waited, but I guess whatever.
Well, I mean that would, but yeah, I mean, whatever. But but yeah. So May the 4th. Star Wars.
Got any thoughts?
Well, I was a few months ago. I downloaded. I discovered this shit. It was like the original version of Star Wars. So before Lucas went back and added in Chapter 4, New Hope, when it was just Star Wars.
Yeah. So it's just Star Wars.
Yeah, and it's got all the original cuts and everything. So there's no Jabba the Hutt actually. Because initially Jabba the Hutt was a guy like a human dude. and then they scrapped it because it didn't work. And then in the early 2000s, George Lucas came back and then animated Jabba the Hutt in it. But so that's cut out. Han shoots first. You know, he shoots. It's not like that thing where they digitally moved his head as if, you know, Greedo shoots him and then he kind of moves his head, you know. Han shoots first, you know, so it's debunked. Han shot first.
I was always confused about that scene when I was younger. You know, because I thought, I was like, didn't they both shoot each other? Like, how the fuck did he survive that? Because obviously I was younger, I didn't quite see it properly. But I was like, what? Like, it didn't make any sense to me, but I was like, okay, I guess he's like invincible.
Yeah.
That's the most plausible option.
That little head.
Just little.
So stupid. But slide to the left. Yeah. But I think because it was it's an original rip from VHS, I think.
Okay.
I've got it on. So it'll be interesting to watch it because it's also got that. Actually, I think it's meant to look like a 35mm print. So that'll be interesting. So I might whack it on the fucking projector. Check that out. Fucking, you know.
Didn't we listen to the original Star Wars vinyl track at your house or something? Like we put.
That's right.
We had that. The original thing, and we just sat there like nostalgic and everything. We're just sitting there like, yes, dude. I remember the scene. This is when the droids were in the. This is like when C-3PO and R2-D2 were like, dude, I don't like you, man. And they started like separating ways in the desert.
My father was a service droid, yeah. I've actually got it here, but I can't play it because we get copyrighted. Yeah, that's right.
But it's a good little nugget to listen to. You know, it was very nice. It was very nice. And then it had the Princess Leia's theme or something. Or some shit. Like, oh, the princess is around, you know, because it has the high pitched like
that little melody that comes in,
It's so funny how like they do stuff like that, you know, that whenever a character comes around, they have like a little mini version of a theme song for the characters. Like Darth Vader's got the bang, 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 the Imperial March.
The Imperial March. They can't, and you kind of get that, and really, really sets the mood, So it's a great soundtrack. Good on you, John Williams. You did well.
Good job.
You done good.
Good job, bro. Shout out.
Followers.
But I guess they did that with the sequels too, like with the soundtrack. At least they didn't change the soundtrack. You know, I guess that's the one good thing about the sequels. No, well, I don't know. Would you say the sequels are, I know we've spoken about this already, but would you say they're bad?
You're talking about the most recent ones, the recent trilogy?
Yeah, the sequels.
In terms of on their own?
Yeah.
I didn't mind the first one, the Force Awakens, but it was I don't know, it just felt kind of like, it's the same old story. It's, there's nothing really interesting going on. And a lot of it was a lot of parallels to the original. It was kind of like, I felt like it was kind of like a nice little homage to Star Wars. And then at the end, then I was like, oh yeah, cool. And then, then Last Jedi, and then that was just fucking terrible. And then Rise of Skywalker was shit too. So in the end, I'm kind of like, whatever. I don't. Yeah, I think I like the prequels better than the sequels. You know.
Yeah. Which prequel movie do you like the most?
I'll be the third one.
Yeah,
the last one.
The classic, the best one. I don't even think the first one was even necessary. I'm not gonna lie.
The first one dragged on. Was kind of weird. Yeah.
Well, we didn't need to see him as a little kid though. We did. I don't know. People could argue against that, but I don't know. They could have shown, like, because you know how they got the Clone Wars. They could have just done some movie about that. You know, expanded on the Clone Wars era.
Yeah, well,
there's so much stuff. But I guess they want to milk it for TV series. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I saw a deleted scene. Maybe I think it was maybe the third movie. Had General Grievous, and he kills like, I don't know if it was Ahsoka, but one of those Jedis, and he has like Ahsoka. Okay. I'm gonna say it's Ahsoka because it looked like her, but like. Yeah. It was deleted scene. I don't know why it was deleted. It was a really cool scene because like they fall through the ground and they see General Grievous and they got the droids everywhere. and I like seeing Ahsoka sitting there, like kneeling down, like, "Oh, don't kill me!" And then he just like caps her, pops the cap in her ass, and she dies. And then they're like,
maybe that's because they were doing the spin-off, and they
the
were
Clone
like,
Wars. Okay.
yeah, and they're like, we don't want people to think that she's, of course, already.
Yeah, okay, because they don't want to spoil it for the Clone Wars series.
But even still, though, we know that Anakin's already Darth Vader. So what the fuck's the point of?
Yeah, what's the problem with that? It's just filling in the lines.
Weird. That's
it. Did you ever watch
the
original Clone Wars? Sorry, but did you ever watch the original Clone Wars? Like it wasn't not the movie ones, but there was like a one before that. Like it was like drawn, animated, like kind of thing, like a cartoon. Okay. I remember watching that as a kid, and I only recently just saw it again. Like people posting about it, I was like, shit, I remember watching that. It was odd. I had that chick with the two like red lightsabers. Like she had two of them. She was like dual wielding. She used to fight Anakin a lot. I don't know if you can find a picture of it, I'll probably send it to you.
Was it the?
It was a cartoon.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the film before they did the TV show.
I think so. It wasn't. If I can find a picture, I'll send it to you. But it wasn't what when I say Clone Wars, you think of the animated series, like actual digitally. And I'm not talking about that style. So there was one before that. It was like looked like it was hand drawn kind of cartoon. Looking one. Okay. And I was like, I remember watching that, and it had a few interesting things in it. And I was like, that was pretty dope. But yeah.
I just remember being on Saturday Disney, the Clone Wars, and back in the day, watching that, and then it'd be like, Count Dooku has been doing some really bad shit again. The Imperial forces are now running in. The clones are coming back in, and then
the clones are coming back in.
And it's like, Anakin is to deliver Jabba the Hutt's son. Star Wars, the Clone Wars.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, was it Jabba the Hutt's son, or was it baby Jabba? Or was it Jabba?
Oh, yeah, it would have been Jabba. Yeah, actually, yeah, it would have been.
Yeah, I was thinking about the time period of that because I was like, because it had the chick Jabba the Hutt. She's like, find my baby or something like that.
That's right.
And they're like, got the baby, and the baby's like, he's like, I'm useless. I'm a fucking idiot.
It's like, you're gonna be a fucking mob boss one day, son. Yeah. Welcome to the family. Yeah.
I think Star Wars uses a lot of cute characters to make sales. You know what I mean?
Oh, like fucking Baby Yoda and all that shit.
Baby Yoda. And
yeah.
The BB-8.
BB-8.
They really milked that shit, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Add as much cuteness as possible. People go, oh, it's so cute. And then they buy it.
Yeah. Crazy shit, man. So what are you going to do to celebrate May the 4th?
I don't know. I've already seen the Star Wars movies a bajillion times, so I don't know if it's worth watching it again. Because I remember watching it on repeat as a kid, a lot. And I watched the prequels a lot, but I don't know if it's worth watching the sequels because I didn't like the newest ones. There's no point in rewatching stuff I didn't like. I watched the 7th one a few times because I did like that one.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't know if I'd go on a marathon and rewatch everything because I've already seen it too much. I don't know if people are going to kill me because I said I've watched it too much, but there is a point where you watch something enough where you just don't want to watch it again.
Yeah, that's true. That's it. And then you have a memory of it because you know exactly how it goes and everything.
I just remember playing a lot of Lego Star Wars as well. And then that also added to my knowledge of the films as well.
That's it. And you'd be comparing the films to the Lego game and everything else, yeah.
Do you remember when we were doing the quick speed run? We're trying to speed run the Lego games.
That's right. Before 2020, we got through New Hope, and then we had the boys come back the next day, and then did Empire, and then came back, and then finished the last one. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but sadly we didn't finish before 2020, but we did get up to. Was it finishing A New Hope? And we got up to. Empire?
We just finished it. Yeah.
Yeah, we just.
Yeah, we started Empire, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, we started Empire, but then it hit 2020.
Yeah, and then we got through Empire, and then Return of the Jedi, and then we did the prequels. We got through them too.
Yeah,
remember fucking around the pod race?
Those were they went so quick. The pod race was bullshit. That was the that sucked because it was so broken. It was just so broken. It didn't. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
See,
those levels were so short.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they were fucking quick, and they cut so much out. You're like,
Yeah.
what?
One scene you're pod racing, next scene you're killing General Grievous now.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
what it feels
exactly.
like. And it's like,
Yeah.
what? Okay.
It was so quick, you know. And yeah. Oh, it was funny. Like it
Yeah.
would have been fun even to they got pretty lazy with those ones, I think. It would have even been fun to in the first one to wander around Tatooine, you know, when they visit it and they, you know, that's the planet, right? That's where Anakin's from. I'm not.
Yeah.
That's Tatooine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even wandering around there and meeting who's that bad cunt's name?
Andy
One who's
or
gonna
whatever.
no,
You mean
no, no.
that
Oh
guy?
yeah, that guy. But no, the other one, the one who was gonna turn Jar Jar Binks into goo. Yeah, that evil one with the who's speaking some other language. You know that the one, the one who versus Anakin in the pod race.
Oh, you mean the guy who's like got the
yeah,
goggles
that
on
one.
and he's like
Yeah,
hunchback
and he's
dude?
got all
Yeah.
these dead bodies all lined up. Yeah, that would have been fun
Yeah.
walking around, you know, and meeting his mum, wandering around his house, seeing C-3PO, you know, in the
Yeah.
early stages, you know.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Little
whatever
Easter
company
eggs.
it was that made you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
What
the
about the
hell,
scene where
LucasArts?
Darth Maul just goes whoo and he jumps off the, you know, when he's like with the I don't know what it's called. I've forgotten all the terminology of Star Wars. The little motorbike
Huh?
thing. That's not what it's called, but it's when he zooms past and he's trying to look for them. You know, when he's got the hood on and he zooms through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been fun, like a chase or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's just a lot. Or what about like a level where you're underwater in the big palace?
Yeah. What the fuck? That would have.
That would have been
That would
cool.
have been. I think I had a dream. Like I think I had some false memory that was a mission.
I did too.
But,
I did too.
yeah.
I swear to God that you could actually go through the bubbles and stuff. I swear that was.
There was. I did have. I think it was because I had the Phantom Menace on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that was a mission.
Yeah, I did that.
Because I vaguely remember. Yeah.
Because I remember going through. Yeah, maybe it's another game. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Of. Actually, wouldn't have been Force Unleashed, would it?
I never played that.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna say because that goes through a lot of stuff. But
Okay.
yeah, I just remembered like going through like the underwater area and being through bubble to bubble, like vaguely, and then talking to him. You know what I mean? Then you talk to him and he goes, Richard Nixon.
Yeah. Yeah, because in the Lego one they just skipped that. It just and then skips to them coming out of the water. It's like, oh, okay, something like that.
I guess that scene wasn't.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, oh, hang on. No, they think they do show it. They show the underwater scene, but they don't. You don't get to play it. I think that's where the memory is. It's it's just a quick little cutscene. Maybe could have been that. I kind of vaguely. Hang on, I might.
Maybe. But I didn't play this on the Wii though. I played this on like PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 kind of thing. So maybe things changed since then. They might have cut it down.
Never know.
But yeah, I don't know. Or maybe we're just making false memories out of a cutscene.
Yeah, probably. Oh well, it did happen, but it was a Oh, hang on, no, that's from the movie. But there is a but you can build it though. That's the thing. You can build it. There's a I just look it up, and there's this Lego one, and it's of them in that little craft with Jar Jar Binks and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
Could have been a bonus level.
Yeah, you never know.
Because I remember going through the game and there's a lot of extra stuff with that as well.
That's right. But why aren't they? Oh,
I don't know, man. The levels were short anyway. Like General Grievous boss fight, dude, that could have been done in like less than a minute.
Oh,
if you know what you're doing.
Same. Yeah.
60-second boss fight.
That's right, man.
The only
crazy.
levels that were kind of hard were the vehicle ones. I always found that, in any of the games, it's the only ones I found that were kind
Yeah.
of hard.
Well, at least they made them like challenging. Like when they,
Yeah.
especially where you had to like drag something to open something, like with the I think particularly in Empire Strikes Back,
Mm. Yeah,
you had to
yeah.
drag these little bombs and carry them.
To blow up the Death Star and stuff, and
Yeah, and to carry things. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that too. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
Good
those
times, man.
were hard. But in the first game, I think it was if you crashed, it just started you from the start or something again. Like I had that cutscene where they blow up and then it starts you from the start or
Yeah.
something like
Okay.
that. I remember that happening, especially with the pod racing. Like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah. Yeah.
crashed, it would just stuff you up so
Mm.
bad. Like it would have that little sequence where he goes and it goes off track and explodes.
Yeah. 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 Then we'll start again. Yeah.
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 But yeah, I don't know what else I'll probably do for me the 4th, man.
Celebrate it. Even
Celebrate
if
it.
it's Star Wars.
I'll
in
go
spirit.
outside and I'll practice my.
Fuck, man. Yeah, well, I've still
Jedi.
got Billy's lightsabers here. If it's a shame social distancing, we could have had a fucking lightsaber battle, son.
Oh yeah, we could have done it for the podcast, like
It
for
would have
the
been
video
great.
viewers.
Yeah.
We could have just
Fucking
done
hell,
a big.
man. I think I even mentioned that to you when we talked about episode 1. I said, hey, man, on May the 4th, we should have a lightsaber battle here. And Phil, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
that would've been cool.
I think
We should just get a photo. We should just get a photo of like our heads cropped on, like
No, yeah,
you know how
yeah,
they have,
yeah,
like
yeah.
just a still image, but just have that. Oh my
man.
god, that'd be funny. Like the goofiest photos of us, and just have them like.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
That'd be pretty funny. But yeah, lightsaber fight, that would have been pretty cool.
I reckon.
Just, we could have had Jared, and we could have thrown Jared into the pool, like pretending you have. Oh man. Oh boy. And we're gonna make a bunch of. Should I say this? The skits. Should I mention that, or is that a no? Is that still like information that shouldn't be spread to the viewers just yet? Yeah,
I'll like to promote the podcast. Oh yeah, no,
yeah.
fine.
Okay, yeah. The skits that we're gonna do. Maybe I won't say what they are because we'll still keep that a surprise.
Yeah.
But all the different we had little skits planned to like promote the podcast or just parodies and stuff, just to
like
for it to be funny
for things. Yeah.
Yeah, like trailers for our podcast, but it'll be funny and it's like different and yeah, we're gonna do that whole thing, man. But then I remember talking about it with you in the Uber once. Remember we were talking about all the different ideas and stuff. We're like, yeah, man, and we're like, hopefully coronavirus doesn't. Then we just got
and just fucked everything up. Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah, man, we were talking about it and you're like, all right, we could do it next time. It's like, oh no, we'll give it a bit more time so we can focus on, which is good. We got plenty of time to work these sketches out, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched. It was when we were in the last episode. They got pretty fucking deep.
Yeah.
We were talking about. We were talking about love and stuff, and then I mentioned about the whole Before Sun, the whole Before trilogy, Richard Linklater's Before trilogy.
Yeah.
On Friday, I was watching. I saw it a couple of nights before, and it was the Toronto International Film Festival. They're doing this stay-at-home cinema thing on YouTube and all the other platforms that they got, and where they do, and at the moment, they're doing like a live stream, like Q&A with like filmmakers and actors and that. And Ethan Hawke was doing one for Before Sunrise the other night, and it was really interesting, like talking about like what how that film is a it's a work of like real life. It's not a because like the guy tries to ask him, what do you think is it about the film that that makes it so enjoyable that people that it hits so hard for a lot of people love it. And he's like, oh well, that's a pretty dangerous question for me to answer, but he kind of puts it like this, how it was after, because when he got the role for it, or when he was looking at doing it, his agent was saying, look, no, find something better. You're better than this. Because after Dazed and Confused, you've seen that, yeah? Yeah, so that was like, great film, but it flopped at the box office, It was a major flop. But Ethan Hawke said he really enjoyed it, but in terms of what he was doing at the time, doing another independent film, doing a film with Richard Linklater would be below, his standards in terms of where he is at in his career. But then he was interested in it because like he was telling him like how the idea for the film came from. He goes, I go to the movies a lot, and it's always these really serious, these really action-packed dramas and that, and there's battery's low on my earpods. I'm sorry, and
Oh.
battery low, please charge. So yeah, and he's talking about if he goes to movies, he sees all this drama and stuff happening on the screen, and he goes home and he's like, but that not like fucking hell. Sorry, man, I'm just going to turn these off.
Well, they keep telling you battery low or something.
Yeah, I think this one's okay. I think it's just one that's low. That's weird, man. Anyway, so yeah, he's saying that he feels he goes to the movies and just can't relate to these gunfights happening on screen. James Bond traveling through Venice, on a boat being shot at by this helicopter, all that kind of stuff. And then he said, but he's like, but oh, for fuck's sake. Now I can't hear you, Joel.
Okay. Quick, they're saying shit on him while he can't hear us.
Now I can hear. Okay. What were we going to say, Tom?
No, nothing.
Okay, let's just hope this doesn't echo too much. But yeah, so he's so he's saying, but the thing is, they make life seem so exciting, these characters, but I can't relate to it. But he goes, but what really is exciting about my life that I find is exciting? It's connecting with another person, really, really connect. So he's like, I want to make a film that shows that, like that this connection, because when he sat down with Ethan, he was saying like, oh, look, I don't know about the script. And he's like, hey, look, don't worry about the script, all right? He's saying, because I want this to be a collaboration, because it doesn't matter like the story, the narrative, whatever, because this is, it will only work if I have the right actors for it, because initially the story was a foreigner who finds himself in America, right? And then meets an American woman. But as it turned out later on, it's an American guy who meets this French girl, it was Julie Delpy. And it was very much them writing the script and putting all these things together. And and yeah, it was just really interesting hearing how it all came back. Because a lot of people say, well, your improvisation was really well. But, the truth is that they spent 4 weeks writing this. And it's very much, as you know, it's a minimalistic kind of film that's like it's trying to capture just what, like a genuine, when you have a genuine connection with someone and, and it's kind of showing life as it's, likely going to be lived, and the only thing that they couldn't anticipate when making the film, the only thing that doesn't make it quite as timeless as what it could be is the use of mobile phones, because, they have that thing where it's like, oh, look, this is our only night, together or whatever. It's like, you're going to go back to France. I'm going to go back to America. We got this one night in Vienna together, and we don't want to exchange numbers because, we don't want to, be depressing, contacting that. But, and then surely a few years later, it's the standard use of mobile phones and social media, in a modern setting, it could work, but, you wouldn't have lost contact with each other like that. That was so worried to do. And Julie Delpy, she was, she's talking to Rick about like, he's like, I don't know about this movie. It's so boring. It's just talking. There's not, and then he says, well, look, we've been sitting in this hotel for 4 weeks writing the script and I haven't been bored once, because this film isn't necessarily about the story. It's about you guys, and saying that it's all about you, it's you two having this connection. And you're the characters that are leading the story. You're the narrative. You're the ones that are interesting. And because you have to know, like you are enough.
Yeah.
And and people are going to feel that too when they see the film. They're not going to be bored because they're so interested in these characters and the way things are going and how they, and the way they're communicating and they're connecting and everything. It's beautiful. But then it's, and if anyone does find that boring, He goes, "Oh, they can go to hell," And and as it turned out, they're exactly right. The film really worked out, and really, I guess, you know, illustrating, what real love is. It's kind of film that for anyone who's, they don't believe in it, they kind of they don't, they're kind of losing faith, and it kind of shows you how like connecting with people, it can make you believe in that sort of stuff again. And
Yeah.
you've got, because that was a problem that I think that he was saying with, because with a lot of directors, it tends to be like, I'm the boss, I'm giving you orders and everything. But this was very much a collaboration with the actors. So the actors were so involved with writing, because he was like, if I don't get the perfect actors for this, I can't do the film. It's just not going to work. Because they were very much, they came up with their own character names. He said to them one day, he goes, okay, in the rehearsal, he goes, okay, what are your names? And then Ethan was like, he was thinking, because he had this thing, like as a kid, he didn't like the name Ethan. Like he felt it was a, like kids are, they want to be, like someone else. But he really was jealous of his cousin, Jesse Hawk, because he thought, that's a really cool name. Why can't I be Jesse, So he goes, oh, my character's name is going to be Jesse. And then Julie just straight away goes, oh, you're so American. You want to be like Jesse James, And then Rick is like, oh, fucking, yeah, put that in the script. That'd be great. Yeah, write that down,
Write that down.
Yeah. So all these little things that that just, they work, and it makes it, and then because a lot of people want they want to see a fourth film. And
Okay.
and then and Nathan was talking about how he felt that he's like, he was kind of thinking about it for a bit, like, wouldn't it be interesting to see, because he, after seeing in like this climate, like after seeing in Italy, all these people playing trumpets and singing off their balconies and that, he thought, wouldn't it be great if it was Jesse and Celine stuck in a hotel room together during this pandemic, because that'd be something that's very much, happening now. That'd be
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
interesting to see. I don't know. Like, I feel like it kind of, before sunset, I think that ends kind of well. Sorry, not before sunset, before midnight. That kind of ends kind of well to the trilogy, but there's, I think that it is something that could still work, because it's something they were very particular about doing the first one, was how, they're very young, but it's only temporary. They're only going to be young for a little bit, and then as they get older, that's why Ethan was saying how he felt that he's very similar to Jesse. He's like, why, he feels that he doesn't, during his everyday life, he kind of, certain things go, oh, what would he have said in this situation? And he's like, look, he feels that he hasn't changed at all. Like, he's the same person, like, throughout his life. And he's like, and he's like, oh, I had perfect eyesight through most of my life. I had the hawk vision, and then now I've got glasses. Like, okay, well, Jesse would probably have glasses too. What would he say to that? And also, what would, has Celine doing and everything? So it's, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's like one of those those film series that can work, because the first two, like I said last episode, the first two films focused on chance, and
Yeah.
the third
Yeah.
one's like, okay, and this is reality, the struggles of marriage and that, and loyalty and everything else, So, yeah, it's interesting. But yeah,
Yeah.
so they were talking about this on this for this stay-at-home thing, and then all of a sudden he goes, okay, guys, now we're going to watch the movie together at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Like, oh, what, I got to pay money to watch this shit? Yeah, so it's just as well I watched it the night before, because I couldn't answer. Because I think, oh, cool, I'd be able to ask him some questions, but it was only people who were members of the TIFF community or
Okay.
whatever. So, I don't know, should we try and maybe see if we could get Hawk on the show one day? That could be.
Sounds good, man. We just got to reach out.
Yeah, that's it, man. I
Just
mean,
got to reach out,
I've been
bro.
trying to do the last few days. Yeah,
Yeah,
reaching
just
out to
reaching out to
these people. Yeah.
guests. Yeah. Yeah, I've been trying to help as well with that, get some actors or comedians and stuff,
Yeah.
and trying to get some more guests on the show,
Fuck yeah, man.
It'd be pretty nice. But yeah. I reckon once we get a pretty good fan, like a bigger fan base,
Bigger following.
once we get a cult following, we can just tell them to tag them. You know what I mean? Tag them in the thing, and then they'll get the memo quicker instead of just us two trying to like reach out through emails and stuff and DMs. They'll probably get lost. you know. But once we get that cult following, you can just be like, "Yo, tag this person," and they'll
That's right,
like,
dude.
and they'll see it, and they'll be like,
oh shit, man.
like,
whoa,
a skeptic and a dude.
Yeah, man. So what have you been watching, man? You seen anything good recently?
I haven't. I'm still just. I haven't really watched anything too new at the moment. I'm still just watching Lucifer. I'm on the last season. Again, this is like my second time watching it through.
Yep.
I'm on the with my mum. I'm watching it with my mum.
Yeah.
And I'm on the last season, and I'm like, damn, it's pretty groovy, man. It's got a good soundtrack actually. All the stuff's got some pretty good music going through. But I don't think I've watched anything new. I've been listening to not new music, but I've been looking more into depth into artists, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I'm listening to like Mumford and Sons, and I've been like, I've known of them, and like I've known like a few songs, but I'm starting to like listen more into
the albums and that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Starting to do that kind of stuff. What about you? You watched anything?
I watched Honey Boy last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that Shia LaBeouf semi-autobiographical. Yeah. Yeah, that was really good. I was I saw it because that was another independent film directed by Alma Harrell, who's come from a documentary kind of background. And I remember seeing a preview for it at cinemas late last year, and kind of like right from the beginning, I was kind of like, so it started off with like this shot of, so it's semi-autobiographical, so it's not, so they're different names for the characters, so instead of Shire, it's this kid named Otis who's, as a child star, and then it kind of goes in the depth like his abusive, father, who's not only like, just a shitty dad, but also the way he pushes him, because he's like, I'm a failed, circus clown, but you have what it takes, you're going to make it, and so he kind of pushes him, but also is a very flawed person with all this aggression and, just all these problems. And then it does these parallels between Otis at 22 as he's at a rehab facility. So it's like Shia LaBeouf in his early 20s when he was really struggling in that, and then was diagnosed with PTSD and a few of these other things, and then as he was trying to get help, and then it kind of, he kind of has these flashbacks and kind of going back to when he was a kid, and the way his relationship with his father, and Shia LaBeouf plays his father in the film, so that's what's really interesting. And it was a really great performance, because this is something is what I was listening to some of the interviews and they're promoting it, and they're talking about how, because of course he knows his father better than anyone, so he was perfect to play him, knowing, like, especially with the script writing and that, because he wrote the script, but also when he's like, okay, this is how my father would have responded, in this way. And what's funny is when he told his dad he was making the film, about him, he said, he told him, he had him to sign a waiver and was like, for permission, and said that Mel Gibson was going to play him. So he thought, okay, sweet, yeah, great actor, that'd be good, like to see him playing me, But then, it ends up being him who plays him anyway, and so that was pretty hilarious. But and even what was interesting, because they're showing like even what it was like on set with him. So Otis as a kid on the set of Even Stevens, that show he was on back in the 90s, and then and the set of Transformers. What was interesting was on these sets as a kid, because his old man was always there, as his agent, as and and they actually got A lot of the real people, crew members, like who actually worked on Even Stevens and worked with his father, which was interesting. So it was kind of like this beautiful kind of reunion where they're all kind of
Yeah,
reuniting with
yeah.
people, they'd worked with, So it was funny. They're kind of like reliving what it was like working with his father, who's, a kind of like a jokester on set, trying to joke around, but was also, had a very short fuse as well. And
Mm, mm.
it's really interesting seeing how, yeah, because it all kind of came from when Shia was in rehab getting help, and then was with a therapist, and like writing down, he wrote like a memory, because when he was diagnosed with PTSD, and so he was looking back, and he was tapping into these memories, and he was writing them down in the book, kind of almost like as a script, like he's like remembering conversations he'd had with his father, and then that kind of was where it was kind of born from, that was the birth of it all, and then making
Mm.
this film. And from what I've heard, his dad liked it, his dad approved of it, he told his dad, all right, the film's done, and he like watched him like via Skype or whatever, like watching his
Yeah,
dad
yeah.
watch the film, watching his reactions to it and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's a very cathartic and sort of, yeah, it's a really brilliantly made film. Like it really allows you to, it's kind of taking away all that ego from Shy that a lot of people, throughout the years, I think other guys are just
Yeah, yeah.
dick or whatever, like always getting into trouble, always, this arrogant kid. But he kind of, the way he's able to kind of, sympathize with his father, but because sometimes you're
Yeah.
watching it and you forget that that's him, you're saying, like, you really believe it, because not only is it a true story, but it's also about making the narrative and this relationship between, these two characters, they're very, it's really interesting, the parallels, like the way people change,
Yeah, yeah.
the way it all is. So, I was watching, and every now and then I just kind of zone out and forget that that's Shia playing his dad, because I'm just seeing, this dad, I'm seeing this father, I'm forgetting that, hang on, he is that kid in the real world, that's him, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
incredible, it's probably his best performance, I'd say. It was, yeah, it was really something to watch. But yeah, I'd check that out if you're interested.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
I'll be sure to check it out. Check it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Said your brother still doing school?
Yeah,
How's he
he
coping with
is
it?
pretty well.
Yeah.
No, he's pretty smart, so he's able to just nail out schoolwork,
Okay.
and he gets free time for the rest of the day because he
Okay.
just finishes school pretty quickly,
Yeah, my
and
sister's got
everything
a
else
similar
is
similar kind of thing. School finishes, gets a couple of free periods, and then one at the end of the day.
because
Mm.
he just goes through the work, does it quickly, and then has more time to just fuck around.
That's it, man.
You know?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, we should probably think about wrapping it up. I discovered my sister was doing this thing online the other week. It's a something I thought could be an interesting segment to bring to the show. It's this website called Mad Libs,
Mad Libs.
like Adlib, but it's Mad Libs.
Yep.
And the way it works is, I'll bring it up on here, and the way it works is you put in a few nouns and a few topics and a few things, and then what it does is it creates whatever those words you've used, and it changes them to like some little, like this little passage. It'll just,
Okay.
yeah. I think this is the website. That's it. Fantastic zoom. Anyway,
Ooh.
okay, so we've chosen the Romeo and Juliet prologue ad lib. All right, give me a plural noun.
Now I've got to make it funny again.
Do those?
Do you want to use that?
Why not? Um, a place.
Europe.
Europe. Okay, another noun.
Um,
Finger. No, that's getting very dirty.
boy.
Boy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Another plural noun. Hands.
Hands. Okay.
Okay. Another noun.
Uh, uh, mm, I don't know.
A noun, man. Come on, hit me.
I'm trying to think of something that would be funny.
Should we throw an animal in there somewhere?
Knees. No, an animal.
Yeah, like an animal in there somewhere.
Sure. A cheetah. What's
An
another
adjective.
funny? What's a funny adjective that we can use? That would be good.
Spicy.
Yeah, spicy, dangerous. That could be another.
We could do the second
There you
one.
go,
It's
dangerous.
Yep. So spicy and dangerous. Okay, now I need a verb. You know the ones that are coming to mind.
Yeah.
But they're all a little bit extreme.
See, I've got funny things in my head, but I'm trying to think about what's TOS friendly. What about smell?
Smelling. Smelling. A number. 69.
69.
Obvious. Body part.
Obvious.
Body part.
Oh man. Knee.
Orifice. Okay.
Ankle. Shin. I don't know. I'm just naming body parts.
Foot. Let's turn this into a weird.
Oh god. Another verb. Wash.
Wash. All right.
There we go.
Let's go, man.
mad.
All right. 2 dildos, both alike in dignity, in fair Europe, where we lay our scene. From ancient boy break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these 2 foes, a pair of star-crossed hands take their life. Whole misadventured, piteous overthrows, do with their cheater bury their parents' strife, the fearful passage of their spicy love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end, naught could smelling, is now the 69 hours traffic of our stage, the which, if you with dangerous foot attend, what here shall wash, our toil shall strive to mend.
That was so
That was terrible. But it was like...
That was so shit.
Let's try another one. Let's go...
Just randomize the words. I feel like it knows what it's doing if you just randomize the words.
Let's go. Hang on.
Instead of us picking it,
to that?
It's just that was so shit.
It did not work.
It was just straight up Romeo and Juliet, but it was shit.
Yeah. All right, let's try another one.
Shakespearean language. Thick note. I don't know.
What's another one? What's that? Thick note.
Sick note.
Oh, sick note. Oh yeah, that could be fun. All right, silly word.
Penis. No.
Okay. Last name.
Morris. We'll use mine.
All right. Illness.
Don't
say COVID-19.
Can't be fucked-itis. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Noun, plural. Dildos. Adjective.
Wow. Smell. Again.
That's a verb.
Don't write. Oh yeah, shit. Whoops. Is there a verb in this one?
No, there aren't.
That'd be funny. Fuck.
All right, 2 adjectives. Let's go.
Why don't you just use spicy again?
The random word button doesn't work. That's weird. Spicy.
Spicy. Hairy.
Oh yeah. Hairy. Another silly word.
Silly word. What's a silly word, Brandon? You can pick one.
Poo-poo head.
Yeah, go on. Write that in.
Kindergarten insults. All right, a place.
Wow. France.
Number
Number's
69.
obvious. Another adjective.
And another adjective.
Babe. No. Fabulous.
Fabulous. All right. All right. Let's hope this works, guys. All right. Dear school nurse, Penis Morris will not be attending school today. She has come down with a case of can't be fucked and has horrible dildos and a spicy fever. So horrible, so can't be fucked and has horrible dildos and a spicy fever. We have made an appointment with hairy Dr. Poo Poo Head, who studied for many years in France and has 69 degrees in pediatrics. Pediatrics, sorry, fucking idiot. He will send you all the information you need. Thank you. Oh, God.
That was great.
That was fun.
That was good.
All right, shall we finish off with a really dirty one?
Yeah.
All right.
That was good.
Not? Okay.
That was the peak of our comedy right there. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
The Beatles. Damn, son. Oh, God.
That's a long one.
All right. Let's get
Just everything funny. Everything funny and dirty.
Everything funny and dirty. Okay. Noun. Cock. Food.
Good.
Spatchcock. Eggplant. What? Don't say that out loud.
POS, man.
Another food.
Spaghetti. I don't know.
Verb. Fucking.
Yeah.
Okay, why not? Why not?
Why not?
An adverb. That random thing.
Why isn't a random
one
doesn't? They're just there for looks.
Let's have a think. Sorry, someone's texting.
We have to sing the song as well with the new lyrics. A good adverb.
Gently.
Yeah, sure.
An adjective. Happy.
Horny. There you go.
Plural noun.
Oh, I got a good one for color.
Yeah.
Just next, pink.
All right, noun. Fingers. Another verb.
Smell.
Running. Smell. Female name. Okay, instead of Lucy.
Bonnie.
Hang on.
Oh wait, no, hang on.
Let's not.
Hang on. No. Hang on. I didn't even think of that.
Harriet. Harriet.
I didn't even think of that. It's just the first name that came to mind. Oh, that would have been awkward.
Noun.
None.
So many nouns in this, bro.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. It's another good noun.
Fuck.
Child. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Maybe not. Ogre.
Ogre?
There's an ogre. Another noun.
Sheep.
Oh, hang on.
Sheep.
Ogres.
Ogres. Now sheep.
Sheep.
Another one.
This is such a great segment. All right.
Witches.
creatures.
How many nouns are there? Oh my god. It's not gonna be funny anymore if we keep.
Hand. Verb
Having so
ending in
much.
S. Sucks. Sucks. Another verb. Kill. Another verb.
Accept.
Smack. Spank.
Spank. Okay. Another noun.
Fuck another noun. Another plural noun.
Musicians. I don't know. I'm fucking
How about snakes?
snakes. Okay.
Then body parts.
Todd.
Titty, but with 2D, so it sounds funny
yeah.
and childish. Yeah.
A place.
A place.
California.
California.
California. Adjective.
Other adjective.
This is such a long one.
Yeah.
Let's go with dangerous again, or daring.
Article of clothing, plural.
What do you think? What do you think in B1?
Thinking panties, but nah.
Shorts.
Shorts. Okay. Shorts.
Yeah.
All right, let's go, Mad. This is a great one. Okay.
Picture yourself in a cock on the river with eggplant trees and spaghetti skies. Somebody calls you, you're fucking quite gently a girl with horny eyes. Cellophane fingers of pink and green run over your head. Smell for the
Girl with the pussy in her eyes.
Yeah, I was not going to continue to say that. And she's gone.
Harriet in the sky,
with ogres.
That's terrible.
That's really bad. Anyway,
follow
her down
to a sheep
by a fountain where rocking horse witches eat hand pies.
Everyone sucks as you kill past the flowers that spank so incredibly high.
Newspaper snakes appear on the shore.
Climb in the back with your titty in the clouds and you're gone.
Picture yourself on a train in California with daring porters with looking glass shorts. Damn it! That could have
worked so much better.
That could have worked.
Someone is there at the turnstile, the girl with horny eyes. Harriet in the sky with ogres.
Dying ogres. The very first paragraph was pretty funny.
Yeah,
I have to admit, but yeah.
Okay, well there you go, guys. That's our mad takes segment. Oh well, we can save some for another time. Anyway, guys, let us know what you thought of that.
And we should have it already done, I reckon, so we don't sit there.
That's actually a good idea. We'll have them already sorted for future episodes. Anyway, guys, may the 4th be with you. I hope you enjoyed this interesting segment and this episode.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have some guests on.
Yeah, pretty soon, hopefully, via Zoom. And, stay groovy, people.